Chapter 3, Your World. Your social network. Who are the people that are important to you? Who can you call when you need a friend? Who calls you when they need a friend? Many people can become very isolated while experiencing housing insecurity. If this has happened to you, know that it's okay. It doesn't mean that anything is wrong with you. You can build relationships with people in your housing development, people in your peer support programs, people with the same hobbies or interests as you, and people with whom you have existing relationships who may have become distant.
Communication skills. To form friendships, you may need to work on your communication skills. Listen to people when they share with you. If you don't understand where someone is coming from, try to empathize. If someone upsets you, try to say what you're feeling with I statements, like, I feel frustrated when, or I feel stressed when, rather than accusing them of anything. Say hello to people and use their name if you know it. Ask people about themselves and share about your common experience and interest.
When Nancy was first housed, she had been isolating herself for a long time. When Tara, another person in her apartment building, started asking her questions, Nancy felt suspicious. Over time, Nancy realized that Tara was just being nice to her and wanted to be her friend. Nancy also discovered that she and Tara both enjoyed growing plants. Nancy didn't feel comfortable sharing about her personal life right away, but she and Tara bonded over their shared love of gardening. Eventually, Nancy shared more about herself and learned more about Tara when they were both ready.
Getting to know your area. Learning your environment may feel more stressful if you are in a new neighborhood you hadn't been in before. Try to get to know your new location as you're forming social connection. What and where is the nearest public transportation? What stores, centers, and activities can you walk or bike to? Is there a bus route available that you can take to more familiar places or to see friends?
Working with your case manager. Your case manager is an important person who helps you meet your goals, but they don't do everything. Setting goals with your case manager is very important because it helps them create your care plan. Your case manager will organize the steps you need to get into and keep your housing.
Be as open with your case manager as you can. It's okay to feel embarrassed if you don't know how to do something, but your case manager can't help you with a problem they don't know about. Always keep your case manager updated on what's going on in your life. 80% of your progress will come from you, and 20% will come from your case manager. They will guide you, but you must follow through and do the work. Even if it's uncomfortable at first, over time you will build trust with your case manager.
Navigating systems. The benefit system can be frustrating, slow, and bureaucratic. It's important not to get bogged down by the process or to lose hope. Be persistent and keep working toward your goals even when you hit roadblocks. If you're stuck working with a particular agency, you can reach out to your case manager for advice, ask a friend who has dealt with the same problem as you, and ask the agency or organization if they can recommend any solutions. Make sure to take a deep breath anytime you get frustrated so you can clear your head before moving on to the next step.
Education. Adult education can bring you more fulfillment and more opportunities. You might explore GED programs. If you didn't finish high school, see if you can study to earn your General Education Development Credential, or GED. This is equivalent to a high school diploma. Workforce development programs. If you want to learn a certain trade or skill, you may be able to take advantage of workforce development programs that train people for needed jobs in your area. Associate's and bachelor's degrees. Research colleges in your area and their financial aid plans if you feel an advanced degree is right for your goals. Continuing education at colleges. If you don't need a degree but you want to learn particular skills, you may be able to take continuing education classes at nearby colleges. Classes and workshops. If you want to learn a new skill or hobby, many housing developments and community centers offer skill-based workshops for pleasure or personal development.
Finding work. If you are interested in working and able to work, you may want to take steps to find a job. Start by identifying your skills and background. Which of these might make you qualified for a job that you would enjoy? Next, you can search for job opportunities online and by asking service providers and friends if they know anyone who is hiring. See if workforce development programs in your area offer workshops to build your skills, writing a cover letter, writing a resume, and preparing for job interviews. Many resource centers also offer clothing and haircuts for job interviews.
Once Sean got his important documents in order, he wanted a job. However, he had a large gap on his resume from the time when he had been out of work. He went to his local workforce development center for advice, and the career coach counseled him on how he could guide the conversation toward his strengths without feeling like he was hiding anything. Sean wasn't ashamed of losing his housing, but he didn't want to draw attention to something that may be a red flag for a potential employer. They also set him up with a haircut and a new blazer for the interview.
Remember, you don't have to do everything in this book at once. It's totally normal to feel overwhelmed. If you chip away little by little, you can make steady progress towards the things that matter most. Whenever you get overwhelmed, take a deep breath and come back to basics. What is most important for you right now? What is okay to wait on? Meeting your goals is a long process, and as we reach those goals, we may set new ones, creating a lifelong process of growth and development.
How can case managers use this book? This book can supplement the work that case managers are doing with their clients as they search for and enter housing. Here are a few ideas for how case managers can use this book to further their work with clients. Ask your client to mark any pages that change their perspective on something. Ask your client to mark any pages that describe work that they are interested in doing. Encourage your client to read through this book to identify the highest priority items to begin working on. Provide specific resources to complement those referenced in the book. Ask your client which resources they have used in the past or what resources they might add. Have your client bring the book to meetings for reference as you set goals. Use the book to run a group over a series of a few weeks. Share the book with your colleagues.